Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new then welcome. Today I'm going to actually be redoing my 17 pregnant video just because I filmed it on a computer and I was just watching it back and it was such terrible quality, so yeah, I'm just going to make it again. Maybe I'll make it again one day, who knows. But just like right now, I can see how much better quality it is. So I thought that you guys might enjoy that, so here we go. And little disclaimer, excuse the messy background. I am still unpacking from moving a few months ago because we need to get rid of things and we don't have a lot of furniture yet. So, yeah. But anyways, so my 17 and pregnant story began at the end of my junior year. And I was actually not going to real school. I was doing homeschool, but the semester before that, I actually got kicked out because I wasn't doing enough work. So I was kind of just not doing anything and kind of just wasting time, honestly. But I got pregnant at the end of May and I didn't find out till June 6th of 2018. And it's really crazy how I kind of knew I was pregnant. I didn't have any pregnancy symptoms necessarily because pregnancy symptoms and period symptoms kind of just align. And my boobs were sore, sorry of TMI, but that always happened around the time that I was gonna get my period, so I didn't really think too much of it. And I did have to pee a lot more frequently, but I don't know if that just had to do with me being more thirsty or something, because at that time in your pregnancy, nothing's big enough to push on your bladder, so I don't know. But I thought that I was pregnant just from a feeling, not from any symptoms or anything. And I had pregnancy tests at my house, so I just took some of them, and they're the ones from Amazon, the little tiny strips that you have to dip it in, the really cheap ones. And I did that, and I totally forgot about it because, again, I didn't really think that I was actually pregnant. But about 10 minutes, maybe 15, I came back in and I was like, that looks like a line. And I was like, no, because there's these things called evaporation lines. And I was like, it's probably just that. I'm just being crazy. I'm just being paranoid because I have really bad anxiety. So I was like, I'm just overthinking this. So I took another test, but I really didn't have to pee at all. And I just drank a bunch of water and tried to force myself. But you're not really supposed to do that with pregnancy tests. You're supposed to do your morning pee where it's most saturated, I guess. And so I took a different pregnancy test, the digital ones that say, yes, pregnant, no, not, or whatever they say. And it said no. So I was like, okay, I'm definitely not then because that one's not gonna lie to me. And at this point, I hadn't missed my period or anything, so it's not like I had anything to go off of or make me think otherwise, but yeah. So anyways, I'm talking about this part too long. I told my boyfriend, and I was like, I took literally 6 at that point. And I was like, I just really, I don't know, I see little tiny lines on all of them. And he was like, no, I don't see anything, you're just being crazy. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I went about my night and I was like, can we just stop at Walmart and pick up another pregnancy test and I'll take it in the morning? And of course I did not wait. And I took it that night. So I took the test and it was a first response, so it was a little bit better quality and I was hoping that it would be able to tell me. So I took it and automatically it was 2 pink lines. And I was I don't even know how to, it's just such a crazy experience when you find out you're pregnant. It's so crazy. Nothing can prepare you for it. Anything like that you think it's going to be like, it's not. Sorry, I just realized that my TV was on in the background, and I'm sure that was annoying, so hopefully that didn't ruin the whole video. I honestly just like began bawling, and you know, it's just like such a bittersweet moment because I was so young, and like obviously there's people who are younger, but like 17 is still pretty young to get pregnant. I was just, I don't know, I was just in like disbelief, and I didn't know what I was going to do because my dad is very religious, and I was so scared at his reaction, and I wasn't really in school at that point. Like I said earlier, I got kicked out, whatever, the semester before, so I was just worried about what I was gonna do, like what was gonna happen, and it was just really scary to be in that situation. Yeah, I got over it the next day, and I was just like, I'll figure it out. Like, that's what's gonna happen because I want this baby. There was never a time in my whole pregnancy where I ever thought about abortion, about giving her up for adoption, about anything. Obviously, you guys do whatever you want to do. I just personally didn't even think about it. I texted a picture of the pregnancy test to my boyfriend. I didn't call or anything. I just texted a picture, and it was just, I don't even remember what his reaction was, but if I find it, I will insert a picture. But I'm sure it wasn't like terrific because nobody wants to get a 17-year-old pregnant. He is older, he was 28 at the time, and I was 17. Totally legal in Texas, just throwing that out there. But anyways, yeah, he took off work the next day, I remember, because he was just so overwhelmed, and he obviously was not obviously, but he wasn't at a good point in his life either to be having a kid. So yeah, it was just a scary situation, but we turned it around. Going on to the next part of the story. The next day, I told my mom I was pregnant, and I would have told her the day before when I found out, but she was sleeping. So I told her the day after, and she wasn't mad or anything. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a grandma, let's go to IHOP. And maybe that's not like the best reaction because I know like parents are supposed to be like, oh, that was stupid of you, whatnot. But I'm glad she had that reaction because I have very bad anxiety, and it's just so scary to have to tell somebody that big of news and be scared if they're gonna react bad. But yeah, we went to IHOP, and my mom was just very understanding because she got pregnant with me at 18 and she had me at 19. So it's pretty similar, and she was just so awesome about it. So yeah, my mom's a grandmother at 37, which is crazy. She looks so young. Everyone still thinks she looks like my sister, so I can't believe she's a grandma, but that's getting off topic. So the next person, I believe I wasn't there, but I believe that the next person was my boyfriend's mom, and he told her while they were driving to pick up some workout equipment, and she had a good reaction. She is very sweet, and she's always been nice to me, and she was never one of the people when his family first found out we were like dating or whatnot to like make me feel like they hate me. Like, she was never that person. But yeah, she was very supportive, and she was sweet about it from what I heard at least. And the next person I told, actually before he told his mom, I forgot. I told my family in California, well, some of them. The first person I told after my mom was my aunt. I called her on FaceTime and I was like, I need to tell you something, you know. It's like the worst thing that could happen, which it's not, but because I just wanted her to guess. And she was like, you're pregnant. And I was like, yep. And then my grandma walked in and she was like, what are you guys talking about? And I was like, well, I have something I need to tell you. And she was like, let me guess, you're pregnant. And I was like, yeah. So that was really easy because they both just kind of guessed it. So, and they were also really supportive. My aunt is 19 now, but we're only like 6 months apart. And then my grandma is 62, and not that ages matter. I don't know why I'm even. But my grandma was just really supportive, and she gave me advice, and she was like, nobody can judge you for anything because we've all messed up. Like, we've all done things that are wrong or whatever. We've all screwed up in life. So my grandma was just really sweet about it. She's the sweetest little old lady ever. I actually just made a video with her the other day if you want to check it out on my channel. The next people I told is when I went out to California. I think I was about 5 weeks pregnant. And I told my aunt, and she's honestly the only one who had like a bad reaction. It wasn't like terrible or anything, but she was just like, that's not good. Like, I'm not excited for you necessarily because it's really hard. Because she got pregnant at 17 and she had her baby at 18, and she just knew how hard it was, and she was like, it's gonna be really hard. Like, I still don't have a house of my own, which now she does, so I'm happy for her, but at that point she didn't. And she was just telling me how hard it was, and I totally understand that, and looking back, it wasn't really a bad reaction. It was just coming out of a place of worrisome for me. And then I told my other aunt, and she had a good reaction. She was excited for me, whatnot, and everyone was like, we all knew you were gonna get pregnant young, so I was like, wow, okay. The next person I believe I told was my dad. And this is the one that I was the most scared about because I don't think anybody wants to disappoint their dad, you know? I don't know why I'm like about to cry about it. Just like being back in that moment, like it's scary. But yeah, so I was really scared to tell my dad because he's religious and I didn't want to feel like I was gonna be bashed, and I didn't want him to yell at me or anything because I hate being yelled at. But he actually didn't. I showed him some ultrasound pictures I got at this little boutique thingy, and he looked at them and he just smiled and he was like, obviously, like, I'm not mad, I love you. Of course I'm a little disappointed, but you know, what can we do? Yeah. My dad didn't really talk about my pregnancy the whole time I was pregnant. We kind of just like didn't really talk about it. Like, we didn't acknowledge it. But he was never like mean about it. He never yelled at me about it, which was really nice because that's what I was most scared about. Moving on to some of my boyfriend's family. He told his sister and his other sister and his brother, and from what I know, you're so cute. From what I know, they all had pretty good reactions and they were all excited for him because, again, he is older. This is like when people normally start having babies and stuff. So they were all excited, and yeah, I never got judgment to my face, at least from them. Overall, people had a pretty good reaction. The only problem with being pregnant, not the only, but one of the problems with being pregnant so young is going to school, because I started school back in August, and I went to a school that's kind of like faster paced so I could get everything done that I missed. So I did pretty much my junior year and my senior year in 1 year. And it was tough, but I did it. And you can just see the judgment on people's faces, like when you come into school one day and you actually look pregnant, because I didn't show for a while and I always wear jackets. But then there's just like that point where you can't hide it. And I think that at that point, like specifically for me, was after Christmas break. I came back and I felt like there was nothing like I could do to hide it. And I did have somebody drive by me when I was walking, and I don't know what she said exactly. She either called me, I have to bleep that out. She either called me a dumb B word or H-O-R-E. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this stuff on YouTube, so I'm just gonna be careful. And then my ex-boyfriend somehow got a hold of pictures that I posted on my private Instagram of my ultrasound with her, and he said B word ain't S word, and his friends were commenting down below saying the baby was going to come out like an old man or something like that. And yeah, so there was that, but that wasn't to my face or anything. It just kind of sucked because I went to school with one of the boys that said that, so I had to see him on a daily basis, and it was kind of awkward because he doesn't seem like the person who would say that, but I guess a lot of people won't say things to your face. So there was some judgment at school, but nothing directly towards me besides that one altercation with me walking from school. Overall, I felt pretty okay that I was pregnant. I never felt ashamed by it. No one really, at least no one important, made me feel bad about it. There's a couple more like people who reacted to it, but it's just like random people. Like everyone pretty much had a good reaction. That's the point of this, besides the few people at school. And I did finish my class actually in February before she was born, a couple weeks, maybe like 2. And so I finished all of my schoolwork, and that was amazing. I got like a week or 2 break before I had her. And then this little bundle of joy came on February 20th, 2019. And she's now 6 months old. She just got her first tooth. I don't know if I can show you guys. Marley! She's not gonna let me. But that is my story, and just a little piece of advice. Don't let anyone make you feel bad about anything. Don't let anybody bully you into doing what you want. I mean, no, don't let anybody bully you into doing something you don't want. Like, if you want to have an abortion, you know, that's your choice. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. And then vice versa. If you don't want an abortion, don't let anybody talk you into it. Because at the end of the day, it's your choice, your baby. Everything will fall into place. You just have to work hard. It's not impossible. Teen moms aren't like these people who are terrible moms and like pawn their kids off on other people. I am a stay-at-home mom. I work on the weekends. I have my own apartment with my boyfriend. We are doing good. Obviously, you know, money is stressful, and it would be easier without a baby, but it's not impossible at all. Not at all. So yeah. Bye guys, thanks for watching. Welcome to our channel again. Hopefully I can film some more sit-down videos, maybe like redo a couple other videos, I don't know. Leave suggestions down below of what to do.